Hey AYL fans, I'm Kevin Mortensen.
And I'm Gina Mortensen.
And welcome to At Your Leisure. And today we are with the two newest trail markers on the Outlaw Trail System and the Badlands Trail System.
And if you don't know where that's at, it's in Uintah County.
A little bit of Uintah, a little bit of Duchesne. We're kind of going back and forth between a couple of counties. We're out here with Brett Stewart and his group, Utah OHV Advocates. And you might have noticed a couple of years ago, you started seeing an extra fee on your ATV registration.
Yes.
Well, that money goes into a big fund. And today we're going to tell you about how it's spent, and these signs are part of it.
Well, to make something like this happen takes multiple people, multiple committees, and multiple counties working together. So while we go ahead and enjoy the rest of this trail, why don't you check out what it takes to actually put a project like this together?
Yeah, we're going to go put some signs up.
Roughly 15 years ago, we started working on the Badlands Trail System, and we had to work through several agencies, counties, different groups in order to put this whole plan together, and it came to a couple of dead ends over time, and so we gave it a break and then tried another shot at it, took a different team and put together, and 3 years ago we finally got everybody on board, and we're now signing the Badlands Trail System. And it's probably going to be roughly about 500 miles long, and it will be connecting to the Carbon County Trail System and also the Uintah County Trail System. So it's kind of a unique thing. We're kind of pinched in between the counties on the Uintah side and the Carbon County side. And so with all of them put together, we've created this over 1,000-mile system is what will, become of it. You got to have all the agencies on board. You got to have county commissioners on board. Roughly 5 years ago, we was able to put it all together. We had to deal with SITLA, Ashley National Forest, BLM, the commissioners in Duchesne County, the commissioners in Carbon County, and the commissioners in Uintah County. So to get everybody in place to give us the permission to sign all these trail systems, that's what it took. So the final days of getting this whole thing assembled, I reached out to Mayor of Wellington, Joan Powell, and Irene, she's now the commissioner, Irene Hansen, the commissioner for Duchesne County, and with Ashley National Forest, and Chris Howler with State Parks, we was able to finally get this assembled. So it's many years, a lot of work to get everybody on the same page. And State Parks OHV program has been a huge piece in this whole system because through our new grant system, we're actually able to fund getting all the tools, all the signs, all the stickers. And so Chris Howler with the division has just been awesome to work with, and so is everybody else involved. This is not just a one-man thing. It takes several, probably up to 100 volunteers and all their time. We don't get paid anything for this. It's all volunteer. But the way we feel, if we have a sign in the ground, it's going to be harder for somebody to take it away from us. So it's important that we get this for the future.
Well, did you bring a boat?
No.
Because we've gone as far east as we can go without a boat. As you can see, we're on the banks of the Green River. We're at this sand wash, what do they call it, boat launch?
Sand wash boat ramp.
The sand wash boat ramp, where you can launch here if you have a permit and float down Desolation Canyon.
Sounds fun in a month or so when it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, but they say the bugs get a little bad too. But look, there's bathrooms down here, there's a picnic area, a beautiful area, and the ride has been amazing.
And this is the perfect time of year. The weather's actually really cooperated with us. It's been nice and hasn't been technical in any way, shape, or form. So it doesn't matter if you're new to off-roading or not, this is a great trail to go on.
I'm really worried these kids are going to get in the water and float down the river, so we're going to send you guys off to check out this week's Where To, and we're going to go chase our kids down.
Nestled in Juab County sits the Little Sahara Recreation Area, a breathtaking 60,000 acres of sagebrush flats, juniper-covered hills, and free-moving sand dunes. This recreation area has quickly become a Utah favorite with its incredible campgrounds and play areas.
Little Sahara. This place here is amazing. This is a little home away from home. Right when you roll in, drop jacks, slides out, camp set, not even 15, 20 minutes, and you're enjoying your day.
Well, one of the best things about being out here is just purely the sunshine, right? Sunshine at night, you're looking up at the stars, lots of open area to ride. hang out with your friends, enjoy camp, and it's fun to be out here.
This area provides an experience unlike any other for OHV fun and camping. Visitors frequent this recreation area for the challenges of climbing the 700-foot tall Sand Mountain, the network of dirt trails around Black Mountain, low-lying dunes for beginners, and the White Sand Dune bowls.
Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the mountains. It's also one of my favorite things to do. Go up on rocky trails, bumpy trails, you kind of putt, you kind of go a little slower. That's also really fun too, but out here, you just pedal the metal, hold on. But it's just this is where I grew up. This is what I love to do, what I love to enjoy. I do work very hard, I work a lot of hours, and so to be able to get out and kind of forget about the city even just for a day, is worth it to me.
Little Sahara is a popular destination, which can get pretty crowded on holiday weekends. So make sure to plan your trip accordingly.
If it's earlier in the year, later in the year, it's going to be a little slower like this, or dead middle of summer when it's too hot, no one wants to be out here. So, but if you come out here for a Saturday night or Monday to Sunday and on just an ordinary weekend, you're going to be okay.
You get out here on the weekends, it can be a little crazy, but that's okay. You can get as crazy as you want, or you get right in the mix, or you can stay down in the, in the other areas where there's not as many people and enjoy your time.
With absolutely stunning views, a variety of riding opportunities, and several campgrounds, this area is the perfect place to bring your family together and create cherished lifelong memories.
I just think being out and being able to enjoy, being out with your friends, with your family, being out here at a place like, the sand dunes, have your toys, just camp, have a good time. It's just a ton of fun.
That I've been camping since I was a young toddler, just a little boy. I've camped every weekend nearly my life, and I don't think I've had one bad camping trip. You see, camping's a really good lifestyle. It's something that you can start from such a young age and learn so much of, and you enjoy every day with your family. And here in Utah especially, we have every place you can imagine to go camping, and you get out here and you're on your own and living the fun life, and so many different ways to do this. It's just unbelievably fun.
Next time you're planning the perfect getaway, make sure you keep Little Sahara Recreation Area in mind. For At Your Leisure, I'm Jim Kelly.
From sunrise to sunset, the new Honda Talon 1000s offer performance and fun for up to 4 passengers. Make that sunrise to sunrise. This is the side-by-side your family has been waiting for. More proof than ever that life is better side by side.
Outdoors is the healthiest place to be during our current health situation, but only when we practice responsible recreation while getting away. When exploring Utah, do the following. Limit gatherings to 10 people or less and keep at least 6 feet apart. Sanitize hard surfaces before and after you touch them. Send a single person into shopping locations, and when making purchases, use credit cards rather than cash. Most important, if you don't feel normal, don't go. Stay safe and have fun out there.
Life's busy. The family is all headed in different directions. Work, school, sports. How do you pull everyone together? Stedman's Recreation can help you explore the outdoors and create memories to last a lifetime. Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of recreational vehicles. Side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, electric bikes, trailers, and accessories. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department of Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Welcome to the County Seat. I'm Chad Booth. and we will see you next week on the county seat.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Scott Huntsman. This is what's new. What's new is this Jeep JL Wrangler that we have in my shop. This is a customer's vehicle that we've installed a TerraFlex CT3 suspension kit with 37-inch tires, but we're going to do one more upgrade with this today. We're going to involve the drive lines. We're going to replace them with an upgraded feature, and I'll show you all about it. Let's get this up in the air and we'll get started. All right, guys, we've got the Jeep up in the air. We're ready to get started with this, but let me show you what it is that we're going to do. The drive shaft is the factory shafts. The Rizapa joint is the type of joint they use on these shafts in these newer vehicles. They started with the JK model. The reason we want to replace that is because when we lift the vehicle and we put an increased angle, it puts an extra load on the Rizapa joint protective boot. If that boot were to fail, the joint's going to detrimentally fail. So we're going to replace it with standard 1310 joints and the double cardan, which allows us to have a better angle. Let's get the shafts off and we're going to head up to Access Driveline up in Bountiful, Utah. He's got all the goods for us. We're going to have a chat with Eric up at Access.
Do it all drivetrain related. Custom drive shafts, drive lines, transfer cases, differentials, re-gears. I build drive lines for the side-by-sides. We'll do ARB installs, we'll do re-gears, we'll do custom buggy drive lines, custom Jeep drive lines. Whatever drive line you need built, we'll build. If you're a pavement pounder, you're gonna leave your Jeep stock, leave the drive line in there. If you lift it, you've gotta change it.
Now, he's got all the parts he's created for us here for this JL drive line conversion. You can see now we've got a standard 1310 flange, we've got an extended slip. This is what gets us the angle without having that Rizapa joint, and this is really going to work well. So we're back at the shop, we have all our parts. First thing is get all these old drive lines taken out, so let's get started. And out she comes. Here is an Rizapa joint. Okay, so part of this job in this conversion also includes changing the yokes on the differentials and on the transfer case to a new style to take this 1350 joint. Last step, rear shaft install. The yokes are all in, torqued. Let's put this in. All right, we got the shafts in. Eric built some really nice stuff. Quality, the measurements are perfect. Everything really turned out great with these. This is a great upgrade. It's going to handle the angles now. We're not going to have any of those concerns with the Rizapa type joints. We're standard joints, it's great. Hey, next step, I'm going to take it out on the road, make sure it drives okay. Hey everybody, I'm back from my road test. This thing turned out great. I am so happy with the way it drives. No vibrations whatsoever. The new drive lines work perfectly. We're not going to have a minute's problem with those. Hey, if you want to do an upgrade like this, just come and see us because we take care of all those on any four-wheel drive vehicle. My customer Larry is going to be really happy with this, and I'm going to go try it out in the hills right now. I'm Scott Huntsman at TuneX. More at your leisure in a moment.
Can-Am off-road vehicles are always ready to get the job done. For every harvest, hunt, and ride. Because those who don't stop need a machine that won't quit. And now, at the spring sales event, get up to $3,500 off on select 2019 models. Visit your local Can-Am dealer for details.
What is it that gets us out here to the middle of nowhere? What makes us choose the sweltering heat instead of our air-conditioned homes and swimming pools? Usually, it's just some friendly trash talk.
Polaris Can-Am World in Mesquite, Nevada. Let us customize the side-by-side perfectly for your needs. We'll try it out on our test track to make sure it's right.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're here along the trail and I'm anxious to see Kevin put in a little work.
You know, it takes a lot of work to get to this point.
What is this point?
This is a pilot for putting those posts in. You know, when you're driving around, you see the trail markers. They didn't just get there on their own. It took guys getting out here on ATVs with all of the components and stuff like this to make it happen.
And I bet there was a lot of work before that too.
It is. And you know what? While we do this, we're going to send you guys off to learn about what it takes and meet the people who put this plan into motion.
Some of the things that are unseen when you're out on your ATV or UTV and you're out cruising around, there's so much that gets put into this. So through the process, we was able to get the tools to do this. Typically, over the years, we've had to bring out our own shovels and picks and different things. Now with the new grant system that we have available, we purchase all these tools and trailers and everything we need to actually come out and pound these into the ground. And it's physical. I mean, we've done like 50 in a day, and I mean, it wears you out. It's a lot of work. You have to do the pilot hole. Most of the time you hit rocks, especially in this type of country, then you move on to another spot. So basically the way I like to sign is every couple miles I put a sign so that people can feel comfortable traveling this far distance. I mean, you can do 150 miles in a day, and we just want them to be comfortable. So to see a sign every couple miles, it takes a lot. So there's a lot of physical work. I mean, I'm getting old, but I really feel like it keeps me young. You know, there's a lot of hiking. We've hiked up and down this huge steep ravine. I mean, it kicks your butt hiking up it or down it. And we've hiked it 10 times trying to figure out the perfect route. And then what they'll do through the NEPA study is they'll actually send archaeologists, geologists, paleontologists. They go up and walk it, and once they get it approved, and this thing could take years, but the way Ashley National Forest has been awesome to work with, we was able to pull this off in a year. And then when it comes time to come out here, and it takes so much, and then finally we get the approval, we get it's a lot of physical work to come out here and get volunteers. It's hard to ask people to come out and help, so it's either kind of in their blood or not. But we can't do this without volunteers. Nobody makes a dollar at doing this. It's all volunteer work. But we're working on building for the future, not just for us.
Well, I don't know what's harder, all the work that those people did to get to this point, or this actually. You know, I pounded this in myself, and it actually worked, and they didn't fire me. In fact, they told me I got to do it again.
But there's a lot more to this than just, well, brute force. There's extra steps because we've got to let the people know where they're going and
Gotta
where
put
they're
stickers
at.
on there, numbers.
Yes. And while we do that, we're going to send you to our Along the Way, which is in Brazil, wake skating.
Have fun.
Summer brings about some of our favorite ways to enjoy our warm weather pastimes. Memories of wind in your hair while riding sand dunes, or the mist of water on a boat immediately come to mind. Thinking of these two together seems like a contradiction that can only happen in a dream. But tucked away in a little corner of South America, that dream quickly becomes reality. For professional wake skaters Zuzana Vrablova and Brian Grubb, the exotic locale of Lençóis Maranhenses National Park creates an epic backdrop.
Lençóis Maranhenses is one of the most unique places in the world. It's looks like a desert, but it's not really a desert because it's so close to the ocean and there's so much rainfall here, and that's what gives all the water in between all the dunes and everything, and it's really just a one-of-a-kind place. We've talked about coming here for many years, and to finally see it in person was just pretty amazing.
The Rain Lagoons are truly a once-in-a-lifetime destination. Its remote location means that getting there is an adventure on its own, especially when bringing everything you need for wake skating.
This place is huge. It's like really hard to get here. I think it's around 100 kilometers by the coastline. it takes a while to get here.
From where we were staying every day, we had to cross a river on a ferry. And then from there, we were off-roading for about 2 hours every day with all of our gear and the whole crew.
Conditions for wake skating in the park proved to be about as challenging as traveling into it is. But with challenge comes the sweet reward of hitting the water in one of the most awe-inspiring spots in the world.
I mean, conditions here are for sure not easy. It's pretty windy here, and even using a winch, we always need to find like a good line with the least wind possible. Try to go in a wind direction when we try doing some tricks. It's really hard to go for some harder tricks, so every time we ride here I start with something more simple just to figure out like the rail, the speed of the winch, and once I land something more basic, then I try something, you know, to like step it up a little bit. So, and it's like super hot here as well, so spending a day here trying to get some nice clip, it's a process, but it's worth it.
Even though Lençóis Maranhenses doesn't have the luxuries of a wake park, these professionals were able to make it happen. And with the help of world-renowned wake skater Brian Grubb, the experience of skating there, it's at its fullest.
It's a really nice experience for me because it's one of the first time I get to ride with him, and as he's experienced, he gave me a lot of advice and helped me find the good line and even like lining up for the tricks and everything. So I'm glad he's here with me and we can do this together.
It just goes to show that once again, no matter what your sport of choice is, it can always take you to unbelievable destinations with some phenomenal people to meet and ride with along the way. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
I promised my son that if he got straight A's, the two of us would take a guys trip. We were riding on the Lincoln Loop Trail outside Minersville, Utah. There was so much to explore, and the trail just kept climbing higher, right to the very top of a mountain called Jack's Peak. We just stood for a while, taking in the whole world below. On the way back to camp, my son turned to me and said, "I love you, Dad." Then suddenly it hit me. This wasn't just another camping trip.
Outdoors is the healthiest place to be during our current health situation, but only when we practice responsible recreation while getting away. When exploring Utah, do the following. Limit gatherings to 10 people or less and keep at least 6 feet apart. Sanitize hard surfaces before and after you touch them. Send a single person into shopping locations, and when making purchases, use credit cards rather than cash. Most important, if you don't feel normal, don't go. Stay safe and have fun out there.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. Look how beautiful that canyon is. We just came down it. That is some amazing views.
It makes all the dust worth it, I promise. But after all those views, look at where we're at today.
This is the Great Hunt Panel. I hear it's the most photographed and recognized panel in the world.
It is. It's absolutely amazing what they do with rock.
So stuck back here in the middle of this little valley with some of these amazing views, there it is.
I think it's gorgeous, but while we see what they were hunting back in the day, why don't we find out who this week's sticker winner is?
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by David Rubinger. Congratulations, David. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a Mountain Series stove from Camp Chef.
Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more details.
And David, you're also going to win a $100 gas and gift card from our friends at Eagles Landing, which is the best place to get that real gasoline, Clear 91.
Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prizes. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Chad and Rhea are getting out the bikes and hitting the open road as they take a ride through the canyons to get a look at some spectacular views.
Then, Reese Stein is going to show us a place that you can get outdoors, soak up the sun, and do some great bird watching, all while staying safe and staying close to home.
Finally, what do you do when your two favorite ATV trails are separated by 1.5 miles of paved highway? The answer is simple. You blaze a new trail. Next week, we're going to find out how a town of off-road enthusiasts are linking the trails from Blanding to Bears Ears.
Next week's show looks great.
You know, and who else looks great? These people behind us that made this happen. Look, we want to introduce them, but we're socially distant. We're trying to be responsible. Mike from Uintah County, Joan, the mayor of Wellington, and Brett, who everybody knows. And we miss you, Ray and Arnie. That's right, Ray and Arnie. You guys made your way down the trail, and we missed you at the end of the show. We've had fun today. Have you guys had a good time?
Yeah.
You guys, did we do okay pounding steaks?
Good. You're hired.
You know what? They said I did so good that I got to do all of them.
Whatever, I did some.
So hey, that was fantastic. Look, it takes a lot of work to make these trails happen. Get out here and enjoy them. Go get you a side-by-side if you don't have one, or grab your side-by-side and come and see some new country. This is absolutely amazing, fun stuff. Want you to remember, as always, that there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create it yourself.
At your leisure.